Tuesday, the 11th of March, almost halfway through the Ides of March. I was a little concerned I was unfair on my last test. The test was with a very high quality Spanish and the wonderful custom perfectly made Maestro livi. And it had been hinted that I'd already made my mind up because I like full hollow, high grade Spanish razors. Not the case, I swear. So what I'm going to do today is do another test. This time the grind's going to be the same. So we're going to use this wonderful, and these are just incredible blades. This is a wonderful Rigarazor, and this has, it's about half hollow, and so ironically is this beast. This is my favourite, well, this is a top end Maestro livi, and this one had a few little, he's getting old, so it had a few little dings and marks on it which I wasn't quite happy with. The spine, he very, very, very carefully put these little half shell, I don't know if you can see, these little half shell grinds down, but in the middle he tried to put uneven circles which look bloody awful. So I ground them out myself, polished them up. This was ordered originally by our good friend Gary, and now I'm the owner. I've done it up a little bit, but look at the quality of this big beast. It's got the Maestro livi signature on olive wood on the scale. It's got his signature Maestro livi Italy, obviously where it should be, on the tang. And yeah, jimping, very nice. I think that, bless him, he's very, very old now. He's well into his 90s. And some parts of his technique might not be perhaps as good as they were. But this is a prize example. This is a late one. You can tell it's a late one. It's got the screw adjuster on the side, which is very, very clever. It's all made from one solid piece of wood. And it's ebony. Lovely. Anyway, I'm going to stop yakking on just to say all my tests are completely unbiased. Yes, I do favour deep hollow. I think most people do. But no, I was a little concerned that a certain gentleman made a comment that I'd already prejudged and made up my mind. I hadn't. Anyway, I've already put a little tiny bit of the People's Pre-Shave with this wonderful, and I do love this Truffet Hill. It's a very, very kind lather. It has a very gentle aroma, not as strong as my favourite, which is Eric's. Eric's soaps have a really deep aroma. Anyway, I'm going to shut up and get on. Spring has almost sprung, but right now, courtesy of that wicked Gordon up in Scotland, he sent me down some very cold north wind, and today and tomorrow is going to be pretty bitter, so I wouldn't want to live in Scotland. Gordon does a wonderful shave. He beats the living crap out of his face with one of these. I don't know why. Perhaps it's a Scottish thing. Anyway, bless him. Great, great guy. I hope you find and follow Gordon's Shave channel. Right, that'll do me, I think. Yeah, that's quite enough, quite enough. Righty-ho, let's start off. I think it's only fair to use the Maestro livi and making sure the fingers are dry. This is a big boy. This is at least a full eighth, and I love it. Oh, that's nice. The hanging hair test with a Maestro livi is not the same as with a deep hollow carbon blade. There is a certain resistance to stainless steel, but this is shaving beautifully. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, this is really nice. This is a very slightly different feel. I think this is a more fair test. because these are a strange hollow. Most of these are very hollow, but they're not the ultra hollow which you get on, for instance, a Philharmonica. But the big advantage is, of course, this will last for a million years, looked after. Stainless steel, whereas unfortunately carbon blades have to be looked after and loved. This is actually quite an impressive amount of stubble this has taken off with just one swipe. So that's perfect. Let's now try the old ear slicer, as I call it, the Rigarazor, which is a real beautifully made, beautifully crafted beast. The only trouble is, for some reason, it likes my ear. I've never found out why. I'm certainly not going to dull it off. That would be a crime. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. First pass. Do you know, for a change, I think first pass, I'd give it to the... Yeah, I wouldn't give it to the Rigarazor, I'd give it to the Mastro Livi. This Rigarazor steel, though, is very high grade. Tool steel. But because of the grind and the rather fearsome point to this, it is doesn't take prisoners. It all depends what you get used to, of course. I'm not used to it. I don't use it enough. I really don't. However, and just to prove the point, it's doing a wonderful job. That's just the first pass. So we'll go second pass against the grain with both. I shall whisk up a little more lava. Yeah, it's a very nice lava actually. It hasn't got the strength of perfume, which somehow, I don't know how he does it, which Eric puts into his wonderful soaps. I still think the deer tallow, which I've got from Eric, his first sample he sent me, that'll knock the room out. Sandalwood, and it fills the whole room and the house. In fact, it's so nice because it's only a little plastic sample container. I leave the lid off and let it permeate. Anyway, wiping fingers one more time. And let's go back to, yeah, let's go against the grain and across the grain with this giant Mastro Livi. This is more than 1/8. It's really is quite a beast, but it's beautiful. Yep. Very nice. And even if it wasn't very nice, the honour and privilege of shaving with a giant Mastro Livi, that's something to be savoured. As I keep saying, you can have some very wonderful things in your life like these without spending a fortune. A crappy exhaust system on a car will cost you far more than these razors. So come on, you know, what would you rather have? Yeah, absolutely, very nice. Quite crisp actually. I'm surprised how crisp this Mastro Livi steel is. Always find it tricky around the mouth with a big blade. Even more tricky with a small blade. You can hear it's cutting really, really well. So, first pass and second pass, very, very nice. Not draggy either. That's something which is a good way to test a razor's edge. If it's stalling and dragging, and this is on about 3 days of stubble, everybody seems to be doing longer and longer gaps between their shaves. Can't imagine why. Anyway, let's go against the grain with the Rigarazor. It was so efficient the first pass, there's hardly anything left. Which again brings up the point, sometimes a single pass is enough. The Rigarazor is so stiff you can't hear it cutting, there's no feedback. That's why I'm more in favour of a full hollow. But even so, you know, I'm still enjoying this. Yes, lovely job. But I think today I'm going to give it to the Mastro livi. There's little feedback from a rigger, very little. Whereas there's slightly more from the Mastro livi. Maybe it's the grind, maybe it's the density of the steel. They're both on synthetic edges, so it is a fair test. Isn't that a lovely shape? A beautiful razor. The Rigarazors really are special, but not for everybody. As a Mastro livi, in its stainless steel glory, is unique. RWL34, I believe. He hasn't put it on this one. No, he hasn't. Bless him. No, these are craftsman made. They're going to be worth a fortune. So I don't think they'll be making very many more. Yeah, a little more crisp, a little more feedback. So if you like feedback, a hollow Mastro livi, and it is a strange hollow. I think you'll agree that's certainly not a deep full hollow. But it is hollow. About the same as the Rigarazor, so it is a fair test. I will test it another day with a full hollow against a full hollow. But for now, Mastro livi wins the day. Or rather, should I say, Satan's steel wins the day. It is strange stuff. Even stropping it, there is a slight difference between stropping a stainless and stropping a carbon. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I find there is, very slight. Anyway, 13 minutes 45 seconds. I try to keep it brief. I'll try to keep it to maximum 15 minutes. There's the two razors. I'm going to wash off and just find if there's anywhere I've missed. I don't think I have. No, that's going to do me, chaps. So let's throw a little bit of this this Pinard, this aftershave by Clubman. I'm very fond of this too. This came from John as well. Thank you, John. Very kind of him. I hope he's continuing with straight razor shaving. Like everything else, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So never give up. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's smooth. Right, chaps, that'll do. All I can say is I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed my little review. And please subscribe and tick a like if you did. So anyway, chaps, Martin's Shave Tests, over and out.